Welcome to Fun Factory Gaming. Released for VR devices in 2024, Alien Rogue Incursion offered a solid experience inspired by the classic horror film franchise for virtual reality headsets. Bringing together various elements from across the series, as well as being heavily inspired by the acclaimed Alien Isolation, the title gained prominence in the VR niche. This same experience has now been adapted to traditional controller or keyboard and mouse gameplay in this evolved edition. This is one of the rare instances where this kind of adaptation occurs, so let's see if the effort was worth it.
Dragged me off a battlefield I should have died on. He's earned my trust.
His employers will have questions about us, though. What do you want me to tell them?
I mean, definitely can't say Zula Hendricks and Davis One, AWOL Marines, requesting landing at your covert facility to extract your chief of security.
I'll do the usual Lost Working Joe routine. Come in, Perdan. Requesting emergency permission to land. Odd. Off-world communications are being jammed by some kind of interference.
Incoming!
Starboard thruster at 50%. Engines are critical.
Can you get us close to the rendezvous point?
I can try.
Davis, put us down!
Brace for impact.
The clandestine incursion tells the story of Zula, a former colonial marine who seeks to take down Weyland-Yutani's plans to weaponize the xenomorphs.
Are you all right?
Accompanied by the synthetic Davis, the pair set off for the planet Purden, where they receive a distress signal.
Engines are critical with significant damage to several...
When infiltrating a research facility after a crash landing, Zula and Davis must contend with dozens of xenomorphs.
Good news or bad news?
Naturally, venturing alone into such a dangerous environment sets off a chain of events that put the duo's lives at risk, but at the same time, deepens their camaraderie.
How's your back? Can you walk?
Let's find out. Seems like I'll be okay once I get a couple stems in me.
I fully stocked the med bay before our departure.
Find out what we dropped in on. I'll patch myself up and see what I can do about the engines.
Copy that. Go attend to your biological maintenance.
Biological maintenance. All right. Time for some answers.
The journey takes place inside the Gemini Exoplanet Solution Facility, where we continue investigating what happened at the site, completely taken over by the menacing aliens. Right from the start, the game presents an excellent setting, the highlight of Rogue Incursion.
Hey Hendricks, guessing you got...
The technology of the objects we interact with, the structure of the station's corridors, and the objects that make up each room effectively create the typical alien atmosphere. Although horror isn't the focus of this setting, the tense atmosphere is prevalent, due to the high number of xenomorphs constantly attacking us and the excellent lighting. The dimly lit corridors, with smoke effects along the way, effectively maintain the suspense.
On it.
Furthermore, the sound provides impressive immersion, a legacy of the excellent work on PlayStation VR 2. The ambient sounds, the crawling of the xenomorphs, and the beeping of the machines transport us to the alien universe, especially when played with a good headset. We'll explore these corridors and other rooms in search of puzzles to open doors and obtain information or objects crucial to the mission. Observing every corner is important to understand how to proceed, but the game is quite linear, and we can always rely on a map to guide our way. When we're not searching every corner, we're shooting xenomorphs. Unlike Alien Isolation, the fearsome creatures come in endless waves whenever we're exploring the area. dealing with them isn't that complicated, but they tend to attack in different ways. Whether they surprise us off guard, creep through the shadows, or simply leap out at us, it's important to have the necessary resources to deal with them. Namely, ammo management is essential in Rogue Incursion.
Got the O2 locked off.
Excellent. I'll meet you in the cargo hold. Turn around, take a left at the intersection.
Status?
Engines require further stabilization. It will take significant repairs before the ship is fit to fly again. I attempted to contact Amanda Ripley for assistance, but encountered the same long-range jamming that blocked our hails.
So, we're stranded. What's the situation outside the ship?
No sign of Carver, nor anyone else, for that matter. Scanners turned up nothing aside from magnetic interference. The conditions here are perfect for covering illicit activity.
Time to find some answers the old-fashioned way, then. Keep an eye out for Carver, or anyone else for that matter. I'll do a quick survey of the area and report back.
If we have no choice but to separate, let's at least ensure your gear is fully functional. Can you check your motion tracker for damage?
It can still pick up nearsighted scents, at least.
Cute. I stowed your rifle in the compartment up here.
Pulse rifle, check.
You'll find ammo in the compartment to the right.
Davis, why'd you unload my rifle?
Proper firearm safety is important when the unexpected occurs, like during crash landings.
Well, look at you, Mr. Regulations. That's everything. Ready to roll out.
I'll radio you if the situation changes. Stay safe out there. It appears our door sustained damage in the crash as well.
Man, nothing is going to plan today. What do we do about it?
It's possible the lever is not sending the signal to disengage the electromagnetic lock circuit.
So, we just have to break the circuit then.
I do not like the way you're saying that. Zula, really? Why are you inside the ship?
Carver's counting on us. Time to be looking.
I will overlook the joy in your voice for the sake of expediency.
Thanks. I'll be back when I have some answers.
Over time, this constant threat fades, especially if we get lost and subject to wave attacks. And it's worth remembering that there's no enemy variety. Except for a few facehugger encounters, it's just the slender black xenomorphs. Nothing more.
Shit! Hawkins! Good excuse as any to double-check my sidearm. Davis, come in. Found a busted scent.
Any indications of what damaged it?
Something fried it. Looks like the wiring around here falls short of safety code.
Unfortunate for them. But it could be an opportunity for ingress.
The puzzles also end up disappointing for being superficial, as most boil down to connecting power cables correctly. They're important for opening doors that lead to save points, but that's pretty much it. What makes up for the lack of variety is the campaign's short length, clocking in at around 5 to 8 hours. Even so, it feels like the developers prioritized other, more relevant elements for a game originally designed for VR. Some adaptations were made to adapt a virtual reality game to a more traditional format. Shooting gameplay, map access, proximity sensing, and terminal interaction were all easily converted to traditional controllers. However, elements that required greater player interactivity, such as sequences involving picking up an object, climbing walls, or a specific scene with facehuggers, were reduced to quick-time events, which significantly reduced the intended immersion. Another apparent problem with this transition concerns interactive objects, such as books, hammers, and boxes, which in VR served as immersive material. Here they become completely useless. No more searching for files to read or throwing a cup at a xenomorph. Everything ends up being irrelevant. Even though the technical aspects are well designed within its limitations, I encountered a few bugs during my playthrough.
This is why you call this Carver?
Xenomorphs suddenly disappearing, synthetics levitating without explanation, and even a moment where I could no longer move Zula freely were some of the strange situations I witnessed.
Would you like to restore functionality? Emergency lockdown suspended. Please wait until no pool purge is complete before entering the facility.
Damn it! Why so loud? I just rang the dinner bell for any xenomorph and shouting.
Purge complete.
Alien Rogue Incursion Evolved Edition is a competent and even well-adapted adventure, representing the closest experience we will have to Alien Isolation until its sequel arrives. The protagonist's relationship and the setting are the pillars that support the game's premise. It's a shame that the design philosophies inherited from the VR version still influence the experience. The simple structure of the puzzles and combat, the lack of enemy and environmental variety, as well as the bugs and other technical issues ultimately undermine the title's potential. Still, it is worth playing despite the setbacks, especially for Alien fans. And it's worth remembering that this is just the first chapter of this story.
Ma'am?
We don't yet know if the sequel will move directly into more traditional gameplay or also begin as a virtual reality experience, but I'm curious to see what happens next. And that's the end of this video. If you enjoy my work, please show your love by leaving a like and considering subscribing. Thank you for your support.
What broke her before he was being fell apart? How could some dragons here? How could she help them? I want to ask her, but